Welcome to the Never Yield podcast. Today is Friday, October the 3rd. And on today's show, we will cover sports news from around the country, hot seats, shout outs. We will each give our coaching hot board for the next head coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks. And we will finish up with our best bets and our straight pick'ems. Andrew, it's been a crazy week, man. How's it been going?
Man, it has been. It's been a lot of crazy rumors, a lot of, just buddies text, a lot of text groups, threads, all of the above, just throwing out crazy names, ideas, all of the above. But got to work the annual Blessings Collegiate Tournament that the University of Arkansas puts on, and it's an awesome event. So that's what my week has consisted of up to the time of recording this on Wednesday. So
You see John Daly out there?
I did. I got the old dart, like wave. He was going
Okay.
by
Yeah.
on the golf cart and just and, I was I was gonna try to, stop and get a picture with him, but I was already, like, assigned to my hole, and so he was just driving by, and so but, yeah, at today, when we're filming this Wednesday, the last day of the tournament, I was within 2 feet of John Daly and Hunter Yurachek, who
You tell
was
Hunter what's up? You
well, he
tell him who
drove
to
by
call?
pretty
You tell him who to get on? You tell him who to put on speed dial?
I well, had I, because I was trying to be a good spotter, and it was like watching my hole and watching the shots come in. They were doing a quick drive by. He was the passenger in the golf cart going by, and had I had enough time to see him coming, I would have, like, thrown out a couple names and be like, "Call so and so," but
Yeah.
he did not wave, by the way. Like, everybody out there, super friendly. I mean, coaches from all kind of Power 4 golf schools are like, "Man, thank you for being out here. Thank you so much for, working this week, helping out. Really appreciate you." I mean, just handshakes, everybody super nice. The only person that didn't wave driving by, Hunter Yurachek.
He's stressed out, man. Give him a break. He's got a
Yeah,
lot he's got a lot on his plate.
got a lot on his mind, yeah. Uh
That's cool. Um, so you're watching all those dudes play golf and you're like, "Yeah, I'd smoke these guys."
Uh, I was out there wishing I was as good as the girls out there. I was,
Girls have
I
the
was
prettiest swings. Like, their
dude,
swings are they're so much smoother than guy swings.
yeah, and so consistent. Like, I can't tell you how many. So the way they set up this tournament, it's you play with your own team, and so it's a five-some of your own team, and you're taking your combined score for your school. I can't tell you how many schools of the girls would come in and they would 5 tee shots would be within 10 feet of each other. All 5 balls would be right where you're wanting to hit it, all within like 10, 15 feet of each other. And I'm just
Must be
like,
nice.
yeah, it's like I
Must be
couldn't go
nice.
drop it out there.
Speaking of golf, we didn't talk about it on the last pod, obviously, but Ryder Cup happened over the weekend.
Mhm.
We uh we were both really excited about the Ryder Cup. We talked about that last week, and man, brutal,
Yeah.
embarrassing,
Yeah.
really.
Brutal first 2 days. Sunday, they dang near made an
They
epic
tried.
historic
Yeah,
comeback. So
they
to only
tried.
lose one head-to-head match on Sunday was I'll give
Those
them
first 2
kudos for
days,
that.
though, dude, I set my alarm. I mean, I was up at 5:55 so I could make sure and watch
Mhm.
every shot,
Yep.
and just from the start, we just got smoked up and down the course. Both those first 2 days, Scotty Scheffler couldn't win a match, DeChambeau couldn't win a match, and they were just and a lot. I'll give Europe credit, dude. They were throwing some darts.
Yeah.
I mean, they were feeding off our crowd in the right way, and
Mhm.
man, it was hard to watch. I was getting
Yeah.
so mad and frustrated, and then, Rory's whole deal
Gosh,
where
yeah.
obviously I'm sure there was some stuff being said that's not doesn't need to be said.
Yeah.
And there is a line in
No, for
golf.
sure. For
There's a
sure.
line, and I'm sure it was crossed, but he's just such a prima donna. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
it's
Yeah, we've talked off the pod about I used to love Rory. He was one of, if not my favorite non-American golfers, and just something the last 4, 5 years, he complains about everything, he whines, he's, like, having
ugh.
interactions with fans and stuff. I'm just like, "I'm over it," and not to mention, obviously, he was trying to win the Masters for, what, 10 years or something, but, I mean, it was a little over the top at
Well,
the Masters. Not a
I mean,
little, it
there's
was a lot over the top.
yeah, a couple things, like, first of all, let's just not forget, it takes a whole continent to beat our country.
Well,
It's
yeah.
not I mean, it's technically not I don't wanna say it's not fair, but it's we're not on the same level here. It takes 12 of y'all's countries to beat one of ours.
Yeah,
Let's just make sure everybody knows that.
yeah.
But yeah, seeing all the social media afterwards, whether it's obviously them celebrating. I don't know if you've seen the videos on their bus after where they're singing
I didn't,
and drinking,
I
and
tried to tune it out
it
after we didn't
was
pull it out.
the songs and oh my gosh. Yeah, if y'all haven't seen those, y'all need to go watch those. It makes me want to puke. And I like a bunch of those guys, like, I
Yeah,
do. But but yeah, whenever it comes to my country, nobody gets in between me and my country, so
yeah.
yeah, but a brutal Ryder Cup, and now stuff's been coming out about our guys weren't practicing very much on Bethpage, and the European team practiced like 8 days in a row, and our guys practiced like 3 days out there. I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah,
any of
well,
them
they got yeah, the Europeans got to Bethpage, like 8 or 9 days, 10 days before our guys did. They were, like, already interacting with fans and stuff like that, so I it you heard some things before it even started that they might have been a little more prepared than we were, but yeah, you hate to I don't know, I wish we had some of our again, I wish we just had some of our heavy hitters from a few years ago that were, definitely more suited for this kind of environment instead of, some of these guys that the average golfer has never heard of. So,
yeah, yeah. Anyways, maybe we'll go on their turf and get them here in 2 years. Major League Baseball playoffs have started.
mhm.
Um, we haven't talked much about it. We'll talk about baseball more in the summer, obviously, but, um, I'm a big Texas Rangers fan. Andrew's a big Cardinals fan. Neither of our teams are still playing.
Nope.
Um, but, yeah, anything in the playoffs got your eye, or are you even interested or not at all? A little bit?
No. No. When my team's not in it, I'm not I'm gonna be way more focused on football. And I'll watch the playoffs or I'm a lot more interested in the playoffs if the Cardinals are in it. But yeah, I'm definitely not into I mean, I if you put a gun in my head, I would not know who is even in the playoffs. So,
Jeez,
I
man.
know I think the Brewers won the NL Central, and I think the
Mhm.
Reds somehow squeaked in.
Yeah, they did. They're playing
Uh,
the Dodgers.
I heard those 2 things, but yeah, I got the unfortunate news that apparently our manager is coming back again next year. For what reason, I don't know. And then also to find out that the front runner for the Angels managing job is more than likely gonna be Albert Pujols. So I'm like,
That's big time. Yeah, that's big
we
time.
need a manager, but let's bring him back for his unnecessary the Cardinals are basically Sam Pittmaning themselves, where he doesn't deserve to come back. They're giving him another year, and probably before the All-Star break, he will be relieved of his duties.
You already know how it's gonna happen, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I wish
Well,
we
I
would make the move now and get Albert Pujols back to St. Louis.
learn from the Arkansas Razorbacks,
Yes.
Cardinals management.
Yeah.
Um, man, playoff baseball, especially the first round. It's a really profitable opportunity for sports bettors. Had really good first 2 days. Like yesterday, you just know, like, you pretty much take the first 5 innings unders in almost every game. And so,
Okay.
because you know the pitching is gonna be so good, and
Mhm.
so it's usually, like, first 5 innings under 3.5 runs, and the first 3 games all were way under 3.5 runs, or not way, but all cash that bet. And
Okay.
then I didn't bet the Dodgers and Reds just because I don't trust that. But yeah, I went 3-0 baseball betting yesterday, and then today on game 2, you essentially just take the team that lost game 1. Well,
Okay.
we're 3-0 because
Okay.
the team that lost game 1 all won game 2 today, with the exception of the Reds and Dodgers. I'm not betting that series at all.
Okay.
But, uh but yeah, so very, very much money-making opportunities in playoff baseball. I'll just give one prediction just because I think the World Series will be the Phillies and I'll go the Seattle Mariners.
Okay.
Late late front runner out of the AL West, past the
Yep.
Astros. It's always good when the Astros don't make the playoffs. But yeah, I like the Mariners. Got the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, hit 60 home runs this year.
I was gonna say I heard they had a guy that hit 60 home runs and
Yeah,
apparently had never hit more than like 30 before
yeah,
this year.
he's a big old boy. He's called the big dumper because he's
Okay.
got a big old booty. He got a big old booty, and
Okay.
and so that's his nickname. But yeah, it's a really good story. Um,
Okay.
assuming he's clean. Um,
I mean,
but he's a
I guess you
catcher.
have
He's
to
a
unless they've invented some kind of new steroid that isn't detectable or something, but I feel like they ruin baseball by not letting guys juice anymore.
yeah. So hot seats. I got 2 hot seats. Um, my first hot seat is Hunter Yurachek. Sounds boring, I know. But just like 20 minutes before the pod started, I got a text, and I mean, I'll just try to kind of read it. It's about the NIL partner that the Razorbacks have. And
Mhm.
apparently it's called Blueprint Sports.
Mhm.
And it's come out that we are paying Blueprint Sports $285,000 a year, a $750,000 fundraising floor, 75% of NIL revenue up to 1.15 million, and 50% of everything beyond, a 1.25% administration fee. Um, and it just everybody's now just going crazy. This is all fresh off the press, so I'll probably
Okay.
dig into more detail on this in the next pod. But it's
Mhm.
starting to make its way around social media, and apparently it's a mess, and we're getting just hammered on this bad deal. Apparently, this a bunch of people have dropped this blueprint over the past couple years, and it sounds like we're just pretty much getting screwed on the deal.
Well,
So
and that's on top of him outsourcing the naming rights to the stadium to Learfield, who's gonna take 30%
yeah,
of
I mean,
like, what, probably 3 to 5 million a year for the naming rights for the next, I think they're gonna want, like, a 10-year contract on that, and you're just giving
yeah,
up 30% to a place where we're already don't have the money, so let's give 30% to this firm to go
he's
help
having to
find the
do that
naming
because
rights to the stadium.
he's having to do that because he couldn't get it done. He couldn't get the job
Yeah,
done. I mean,
and this
so
is
he's
and this
having
is a
to,
guy we're
yeah,
trusting to make our next most important, probably the most important coaching hire in the University of Arkansas's history.
yeah, yeah. Well,
And he
yeah. So,
doesn't even
anyways, like
wave
I
to
said,
patrons.
yeah, don't even wave to the good blue collar folks of Arkansas. uh, but yeah, so this will we'll have more information on this. Like I said, I just got this information 10 minutes ago, so I'm not real
Okay.
familiar with it, but definitely something we'll be looking into to see how we are giving up a bunch of money for no reason that we could be using in an NIL game.
Hmm, outstanding. Uh, I've only got one hot seat today, but just continuing on the Ryder Cup theme, I could just put the USA team on the hot seat, but I'm putting the obviously I've talked before. I'm a big merch, apparel, jerseys, like that kinda I'm a big guy on all that stuff, and I just I think we could do better in, like, the Olympics, Ryder Cup. I just think we could do better on our merch and our uniforms and stuff, and again, I'm available for hire. I like to design these things in my free time, so, yeah, RLX, I think, is who did our uniforms and hats and all that stuff. I think the day 2 hats were pretty cool with the flag on it, the rope hats with the flag. Those were alright, but the polos, the pants, and the other hats, just like it's on the hot seat. I want better. Well, let's get Grayson or Johnny O or, some of these other, even Nike, somebody. Let's switch it up and let's get some good some good merch and some good uniforms out there.
Are you wanting to, like, pop more, like Oregon Ducks, or you want it to be more, like, traditional? Like, what are you looking for here?
It's one of those things, like, I feel like I don't even know till I
You
see
just
it, but
know
I
it when you
just
see it. Yeah.
yeah, like I don't know, it felt like European even though it said USA on it. Like, I don't know, I just I didn't I didn't dig it.
Yeah, I got you.
The vibes
My
vibes
s
were low.
that's hey, they say you look good, you play good, and that may have been doomed from the start.
That's right. Look good, you feel good, you play good.
That's right.
We look bad,
My
played bad.
second hot seat. Can you explain to me in the year 2025,
Mhm.
why in the hell do we still have ties in NFL football?
Oh,
It
yeah.
is make it make sense. We don't have ties in basketball. We don't have ties in baseball.
Mhm,
We don't have ties in college football.
mhm,
Why? Who wants to play a game and give their every ounce of blood, sweat, and tears they have for 3 plus hours to get nothing out of it?
mhm. I agree.
It's so dumb, and they think they're doing something because they've tweaked the overtime rules now where both teams get the ball and all this and that. Man, but that Cowboys-Packers game the other night, that I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah,
Ties?
yeah.
I
Just
want the
pointless.
logic. I wanna sit down with Roger Goodell, and I want him to give me the logic behind that. Roger Goodell, you come on the podcast. You guest appearance, NFL
Yeah.
commissioner, and try to convince
Love to
us
have you, Raj.
why that's a good idea.
Yeah. No, it's dumb. I don't even like the new college overtime rules, but I get why they did it. But yeah, we should not be doing ties. It feels very soccer-ish to be able to tie.
See, a tie in soccer, I can almost live with because it could be 0-0 after an hour. Like, you're gonna score in football. Somebody's gonna score.
Right.
Put the ball on the 2-yard line, whatever. Like, soccer, you could play 100,000 minutes and it'd be 1-1. Nobody wants to watch that.
Right.
That could be
You've already been living in misery having to put yourself through a soccer game. So
right.
just end it wherever it is. But yeah, no, football, we should not be uh tying at all.
Yeah,
So I'm with you there.
doesn't
That's
doesn't
a
make any sense.
1,000% a hot seat for me. Also, I'll
Shout
I'll
out.
tackle into yours.
My first shout out, I've only got one shout out. Sean Alexander.
Old Seahawks running
You
back.
remember, yeah, you remember Sean Alexander? He,
Yep, I think I know where you're
old,
going with this. I think I saw the same article.
old Alabama running back came into
Yep.
Fayetteville once or twice
Went
and ran it
0 to
down.
80 real quick.
Yep, yep. Um, Sean Alexander, I don't know how old he is. He's probably a little bit older than us, mid 40s probably.
He's a lot
Um,
older than us.
See, I feel like he was playing college football in the early 2000s. Yeah. So,
He probably got us about
yeah,
10, 15 years. Yeah, you're
10
right.
years. We'll say he's pushing 50. Just had
You keep going, I'll look it up.
his 14th child. 14 kiddos.
Mhm.
Now I've got 3, and it's a circus every day in this house. 14
Yep.
kiddos? I mean,
Yeah.
they him and his wife must have a very romantic relationship.
Yeah, not a chance I'm having any more than 3. So, I have 2
14.
now. I was not 100% sold on the 3rd. So, uh, yeah,
Assuming all 14 are planned and they're happy, like that's what they wanted.
yeah,
I mean, I guess. I mean, you can't
sure,
have 7 accidents. You can prevent accidents.
sure.
Uh, but yeah, Sean and his old gal at the strong age of 50 still going strong.
Sean Alexander is 48 years old at this
All
hour.
right. All right. 10 years.
So, 10
Perfect.
years.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, so no Viagra needed in the Sean Alexander household.
Yeah, 14 is a
That's a
lot of
shout out
kids.
though. That's not a hot seat. That's a shout out. Good for him.
Yeah, I mean, to each their own. That's that's triple the amount, more than triple the amount of kids that I wanna have. So, yeah, that's good for you. I'm sure, long NFL career. I'm sure they have plenty of nannies and house, or heck, you just have your kids watch the other kids at that point.
Yeah, that's dang right. Finances are
So
not a problem.
no, no. So, whew, 14 kids. I hope they don't still live in Seattle. It'd be a tough place to raise them. But
Oh, ugh.
yeah, they maybe went back to Alabama. Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's a lot of kids. Congrats, Sean Alexander, and I think Philip Rivers is
Not
not
far
too far behind him.
behind.
So
That's right.
uh, at least they're doing it. Shout out that they're doing it family style as opposed to like your Sean
Tyreek
Kemps of the
Hill.
world and your Tyreek Hills and your who was Cromartie, the DB. They all have like 11 kids.
Yeah, I think Tyree has like 10 or 11, all 10 or 11 different mamas.
Who's that?
Tyreek Hill.
Oh, Tyreek Hill. I've got
Yeah.
a story about Tyreek Hill that I'll tell you off pod, but about his
His
apparent love life.
shenanigans.
But yeah, yeah. uh anyway, moving on. We my shout out is I'm just all golf this week. It must be because I haven't got to play it forever. But yeah, I got to work this tournament, the Blessings Collegiate Invitational. U of A hosts it every year. Fantastic event. Cannot promote it more, but like if you volunteer, you get to play around at the Blessings. Plus, you get like some cool merch here. I'm still rocking here. So, um, yeah, just a great event. Beautiful golf course. Watched some incredible Division 1 golf. Uh, just makes me wish that I could be even as good as a collegiate girl golfer, and I'm nowhere close. So, but a great time. Great time.
Would be the best life, man. I mean,
Oh my
couldn't be
gosh.
a better life.
Yeah, I was like, if I can get my kids to play college golf, it would be incredible to go across the country, just walk on the follow them, walk in great golf courses,
And
seeing
just get
cool
to play
cities.
golf all the time with your
Oh yeah,
son or your kids, like,
yeah.
practicing, like, dude, it'd be so awesome. Expensive, but awesome.
Well, if they get a full ride to college, then it pays
Makes it
for
all worth it.
itself. Yeah.
Right, right. So the reason most people are tuning in today, we're gonna give our hot boards. Before we dig into that, you got any final words on anything else going around the country?
That I could think of. I think we're everything I've been listening to and reading up on has just been like coaching search. And
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm getting into it this early because it's probably not gonna come to fruition anything for a couple months, but it sure is fun to see all the rumor mill and plane tracking and all that stuff. So
dang
we're here.
right. Dang right. All right, let's get into it. All right, so here's how we're gonna do this. We have 3 slides. We got the first slide, then we have Andrew's slide, then we have my slide. We both agreed on this slide. Make the phone call. Do
Yep.
we know if either of these guys are 0 to 0.1% interested? maybe possibly. Obviously, Gruden has more legs than Nick Saban. Um, but you have to make them say no.
Yeah.
You have to at least figure out if it's even an option. And we had a conversation with one of our good friends, TJ Burke. He made some
Yep.
really good points that I hadn't even thought of, probably because, which is crazy, I didn't think of. But he pretty much said, "Hey, here's the deal: you call Saban, and you don't take 'I'm not interested' as an answer. That's not
Mhm.
an option.
Right.
If he says 'I'm not interested,' you say, 'What's your number? What
Mhm.
makes you interested?
Mhm.
What do you want?'
Mhm.
I'm not interested is not on the table. There's
Yeah.
always a number that will make you interested. What is that?"
Mhm.
And then after that, if he gives a number, his stipulations or whatever, and you come back and see if you can round up the funds or whatnot or whatever he wants, then that's a whole different deal. Oh yeah, we can't even get close to that. But you don't take "I'm not interested" as an answer from Nick Saban.
Right. I don't know that there's a number too high that if you are the coaching search committee and you go to the highest powers that be, you come to my living room and tell me that Nick Saban has given you a number that we need to reach. I'm like, I'm at
I'll
$200
do
a
my
month.
part. I'll
Yeah,
do
I'm
my
like
part. Yeah.
I'm like, I'll do something. So,
Now, let's be very clear. Don't clip this screen and be like, "Oh, the Never Yield Pod guys say Nick Saban's interested." That's not
oh,
what we're
1,000%.
saying.
No.
We're just saying, make the phone call. Make the
Yeah.
phone call.
And under that in very small print, you can't read it, but it says dream scenario.
Yeah, right. John Gruden. This one's a little more of a controversial one than I thought it would be.
Mhm.
Um, I've been very much on a small island about this. Most people in media that I've listened to, uh, whether it's other podcasts or radio talk shows, are not even somewhat entertained by the John Gruden idea. Don't think I don't know if they don't think it's an option or if they just don't think it would work because they're watching Belichick fail at North Carolina. Both kind of agreed that you got to make the call and see if he's interested. He has
Oh, yeah.
said things, he said to the Georgia football team he wants to coach in the SEC.
Mhm.
Um, I listen to multiple Barstool Sports podcasts, and they have said numerous times that John Gruden has told them, and it's not a secret, that if the Arkansas job came open, he would listen.
Mhm.
So that's why I don't think it's that far fetched.
No,
Um,
yeah.
you know,
No, I almost think it's he might be more interested than the coaching firm is at
yeah,
Arkansas.
right.
I think Gruden
Possibly.
may be more interested. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people, like, poo-pooing on the idea of Gruden, but I'm like, the dude knows ball, and he knows how to evaluate talent. He knows how to he's already it's a completely different system in the NFL, but you're trying to figure out how to manage a roster with however much money you got. And so, I think if you give this guy and that's one I have what I have heard in agreement. A lot of people have different thoughts about the wins and losses, but the one thing I have heard agreement on is if you want to raise money, you bring in a name like John Gruden and
Yeah.
the money will come in for him. So I'm of the belief that if you give him the money, he's going to put together a coaching staff that can evaluate talent and bring in guys. You're always going to have a great quarterback. And promise that dude took Rich Gannon to the Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
like, uh, yeah, I think, and then he won the Super Bowl with who Brad Johnson. So yeah,
Tampa Bay. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So uh,
Well, and I think if you're somewhat knowledgeable about the inner workings of football, you understand that you got to have someone who understands how to coach, obviously. That's the
mhm,
most important thing. Somebody who understands how to coach, build culture,
mhm,
discipline, all that stuff. You got to have somebody who understands how to manage a roster financially.
mhm,
He's done that. And you gotta have somebody who can sell your program and get you on news on TV, get
Yeah.
you on ESPN,
Oh, yeah.
and there will be more eyeballs. It'll be just like the John Calipari thing.
Yeah.
Like, the whole entire country will be
Mhm.
talking about Arkansas Razorback football.
Yeah. And that's my biggest thing with him is more than anything else, it's just a relevance thing. Like, you're gonna be there's gonna be at least the first year or 2, you're gonna be primetime games, you're gonna have everybody watching you, everybody interested in seeing, like, what you got going on. You're gonna pull a lot of interest from, uh, the Barstool media, who is ever growing. I like
Oh,
listening to
yeah.
their stuff way more than I like listening to ESPN or
Oh,
Fox
yeah.
Sports or CBS or anybody
100%.
else. They're my
100%.
favorite, people to listen to right now. So,
Yeah.
you're gonna pull in all of that interest as well. So, I think if you wanna make a relevant, kinda like a big splash hire, that's your guy.
That's it. And, I mean, once again, you'll have this not necessarily important, but it doesn't hurt. You'll have celebrities on the sidelines, whether
Mhm.
it's media personalities, whether it's former NFL players. I mean, it'd be fun. I don't know how else to
Yeah.
put it. It'd be fun. He's a walking soundbite.
Mhm.
Like, it's gonna be one of those deals where you don't wanna sit in the first 20 rows if you have kids because he has one of the worst mouths of any human I've ever
Yep.
witnessed in my life. I don't know, I just saw the thing of him and Jackson Dart, the second one they did the other day, and he was just ripping Dart. I mean, to his face,
Yeah.
in the little Q in the QB room, and and the stuff he was saying, I was just cracking up.
Yeah.
But, uh but yeah, just make the phone call. That's all you gotta do. I'm not
Yeah.
we're not saying
Let's gauge
we're not
some
saying
interest.
yeah, yeah. Alright, Andrew's list. Dun dun dun
Okay.
dun.
Now, I tried to make my list not so much like these are people that I thought would take the job. So like this isn't like my end all be all like who I want, but just guys that I think are actually attainable to take the job and you may have some of these guys on your list too, probably do.
And I'm
Um
gonna naturally try to play devil's advocate on some of them.
okay. Um so Joey McGuire, I don't know just a I don't know just a ton about him other than apparently grew up a Razorback fan.
He did.
Uh, he's got Texas Tech ranked 11th in the country. Uh, but I will probably accredit a lot of his success to the oil money funding that Texas Tech is getting. Probably has a little less to do.
They got that one guy, I mean, I don't remember his name, but,
Yeah,
they got that one guy who's just billion
they're paying it.
billionaire.
Yeah, they're paying a softball pitcher $1 million a year. So
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
if that tells you, yeah. So I do think that it's probably a lot of crazy NIL funding that they're getting, but we'll just I threw his name out there just because he grew up an Arkansas fan. Sounds like he would be pretty interested in the job if we offered it to him. Rhett Lashley, this is on everybody's probably the front top of their list. Probably going to be very expensive to try to get. I know his buyout is already big. They will surely give him another extension this year, just with the looming alma mater job being open and everybody kind of you know pointing that direction. You've already heard a lot of from what I've been hearing on a couple of different uh insider guys saying that there's a huge booster group that's their top candidate choice is Rhett Lashley.
Heard a lot of that.
Would love to bring him here. It's the same insider guys that said that these big booster groups really wanted Malzahn before we hired Sam Pittman and went after him and tried to, or was it Chad Morris? I can't remember which coaching search it was. It was either Chad Morris or Pittman, but where they really went after Malzahn and then he got the extension at Auburn. and then got fired a year and a half later. But uh, it's probably the same people just because Rhett Lashley, hometown kid from the Malzahn tree.
Mhm.
I would probably assume it's those same boosters that are pushing that direction. Uh, I like the guy. I honestly don't know a ton of like his coaching style and everything. I've watched a few SMU games, but I don't know if his coaching translates to being like an SEC power. He's built up SMU, took them to the college football playoff in their first year in the ACC as a Power Four school. So obviously the guy. I mean, I love his demeanor. I love his character. Those are a lot of these guys I've watched press conferences of, and I kind of like gauge the vibe I get off of them from kind of how they handle press conferences, win or loss. I've been doing some of that as I'm like falling asleep and dropping the phone on my forehead at night. But I'll watch like a
Mhm.
press conference from one of these guys just to kind of get the vibe of 'em. I will say
Vibes,
of
man. Vibes are
yeah,
important.
that's right, that's right. I just don't want hey to our what we said on the last podcast. We want a guy that stands at the podium and commands the room instead
Yeah, I
of
know.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
I don't know what you want me to do. Uh,
yeah,
So, but of all the guys, his like demeanor and character, I probably respect the most, and I do love that he's a hometown guy. I think would at the very least understand kind of what this job entails and what it means to the state of Arkansas. I go back and forth to be like, do we need a guy that has, strong Arkansas ties or from the state or just the best coach? And I mean, obviously the best coach is the answer, but I don't know, there's just something about this job that if you have just a little bit extra incentive to want to be here and to make this program what it can be, I just think you have to have understanding, whether that's the head coach or whether you hire some guys that have that
yeah.
understanding. I just think there's something to this job that if you don't have that, you just don't get it. And
It's the same principle of in-state recruits.
yeah,
I mean,
1,000%. Yeah.
they play a little bit harder, or they just the chip on their shoulder, the pride,
Yeah.
growing up, you know, wearing Razorback football jerseys on Halloween as 6-year-olds,
Mhm.
like, it just means something to
Yeah.
people, who have ties here. So my question about Rim Rhett is obviously on my list. Um, how much I think Arkansas is a better job than SMU. There's no doubt
Oh,
that
by
I think
far.
Arkansas has a
Yeah.
better job, but I think it's easier to win at SMU.
No,
I
yeah, and
mean,
I heard who was it? I think it was David Basil on the Buzz this morning that was saying that if you want to be comfortable and win a bunch of games and make a bunch of money, you stay at SMU. If you want to challenge yourself and play big boy football, like the top tier, like if you want to reach the pinnacle of college football, you're coaching the SEC or you're coaching at one of the big three schools in the Big Ten. Uh, so he was like, if you want to challenge yourself and you want to, now he's got like I said, he's got a cush gig going at SMU. You're going to win a lot of games, make a bunch of money. You're in Highland Park, Dallas, like you're living a ritzy lifestyle, all that stuff. But at some point, you got to think that there's something that burns inside of you that's like,
mhm,
man, if I could make Arkansas great, I
yeah,
would love to take that opportunity. And I feel like this is the moment where you really can. I think people are fed up with mediocrity. I think they're fed up. So I think like if we get the right guy and can get behind him, I do think that this is the time where the money can come in, that people are going to get behind you. So anyway, I think Rhett is a I'm not gonna I don't know if he's my very top candidate, but I there's a lot to like about him, and I think a lot of people would get behind that hire. So,
agreed. I just think, opportunities like this only come maybe once in a lifetime for someone like
yeah,
Rhett Lashley.
yeah,
Um, because, if he was to pass on this job, he may be ran out or get fired at SMU before the shop comes open again,
Yep.
and his it may not be as hot of a name, you know?
Yep.
His
Right.
resume may not be as good, so sometimes you gotta strike while you're a hot commodity and
Mhm.
not pass up opportunities because you may never get them again.
Yeah. Would you capture it or just let it slip? It was the great Eminem that said that.
Yeah.
Alright. Moving on to, my next one. Uh, Alex Golish at South Florida. You've seen me pick them,
The
sev
Russian.
several times this year. This might be my sneaky top choice. I've watched some stuff on him. I've watched some press conferences. Apparently they got beat pretty bad by FAU and Tom Herman. He used to be the Texas head coach that didn't make it. He's at FAU, and I guess they put up a lot of points on him in the fourth quarter. Did an onside kick,
Got
and
chippy.
so then the next year, South Florida kills FAU, goes for two after they're way up. And then at the end of the game, he comes, doesn't say a word, doesn't even look at him, shakes his hand and keeps walking. And I forget what he said. He said something at the press conference that night, but it was like it was gangster, and I loved it. So, uh, Russian born in Moscow, first generation immigrant. Obviously, our mascot, our live mascot, is a Russian boar. So I think that's kind of like a cool thing.
We're
Um,
sure we're 100% sure that he's legal. ICE won't be pulling him off the sidelines.
no, he's been here a long time. He grew up
Okay.
in Brooklyn. I think went to school at Ohio State. Um, did go to school at Ohio State, and so he's just got like a toughness about him, and just seems like he understands the program. This is the connection here. His wife is from Greenwood, Arkansas. Uh, Still has family there. He's come and visited Arkansas with her. Is recruiting a couple Arkansas kids currently, and from the coaching tree, has coached under Matt Campbell at Iowa State and Josh Heupel at UCF in Tennessee. 2-0 in bowl games at South Florida. Has a great chance to make the playoff this year with South Florida. Obviously, you've already destroyed Boise, won at Florida, kept it close for the majority of the game at Miami. He's like my sneaky probably top choice right now
Yeah.
outside of like the dream scenarios.
Yeah.
But
I like
young
it.
guy,
I like it.
yeah. He's 41. He's only coached, been a head coach in the NIL transfer portal era, which is, kind of a hot topic discussion now is like, do you go after an older guy that's more established, but could possibly be set in his ways and not be super keen or great at NIL transfer portal? Or do you want like a younger guy who that's the only environment that they know and going forward, like can build on it? So one of my
You talk
pri-
about the NIL portal stuff, like, I should have put a slide at the very end that just said "no" with a
Mhm.
picture of Gus Malzahn and Ed Orgeron.
Yes.
Like like,
And
no way.
yeah, and some other ones too. But yes. Number 4, this is just I don't know much about him. I put him on here just because I've
Love
seen
him.
him on a bunch of lists, is John Sumrall at Tulane. Um, was born in Texarkana, Texas. Played linebacker at Kentucky, so you gotta think he's got a defensive mind. He's coached linebackers at Ole Miss, Kentucky, uh, and then head coach at Troy and Tulane. Uh, my only concern is that he took over a program that was already kind of doing good. So he was kind of handed a program that was already doing well. So that's really my only concern. I've watched some press conferences. I know he had the
He's a
thing about
dog.
yeah. So
It's
you know,
intense.
yeah, couldn't be the worst hire. I don't know if he would be in my top top choice, like top choices, but you could definitely do worse than him.
Yeah, he's on my list, and I'll talk about him a little bit, but here's my prediction. He'll be coaching in the SEC next year, whether it's at Kentucky, Arkansas, maybe even Florida. Like, I think he'll be coaching in the SEC next year for
I think
sure.
he's one of the
South Carolina. I mean,
I think he's,
somewhere.
from what a lot of things I've heard, he's, like, at the top of Oklahoma State's board too, so, just it just depends on how many SEC jobs come open. I'm hoping a lot fewer than I think what could possibly happen, but,
Mhm.
um, next up is, a coach that's already beat us this year in Ryan Silverfield at Memphis. Again, another guy that took over a program that was already doing good, but um, he's been at the NFL level, been obviously at the college level. Um, 47-21 as a college coach, 4-1 in bowl games, 1-0 against Arkansas. So it's a guy. It's a guy that's kind of already in our recruiting bed, and so regionally anyway. And so
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously won a lot of games, but man, we talked about vibes.
yeah.
When I was watching his pressers before they played us, dude, it was just so much coach speak.
Hmm.
It was making me, and this was way before Sam Pittman was even on the hot seat. I was like, God, this guy gets on my nerves. He's just
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
plain and coach speakish,
Yeah.
and but he can obviously coach football. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. I mean, look, I'll forgive a lot on the vibes thing if he'll win.
if
If
you win,
somebody
yep.
will win. Now that we've talked about some people that I will not forgive for winning, and that's Brian Kelly
So
and Eli Drinkers.
somebody who's on my list.
Yes, probably probably so. Yes. And then two other ones. I wanted to throw a couple coordinator options out there. One offense, one defense. Glenn Schumann is probably not a household name to a lot of people, but Georgia defensive coordinator. We've seen what the last two coordinators to come out of Georgia have done, and they've done a great job. But what I like about Glenn Schumann, he's only 35, but literally he only has coached under two coaches, tutelages, and that's Nick Saban at Alabama and Kirby Smart at Georgia. So that's a tree that I would just love to gather fruit from. uh, I mean, if those are the only two coaches that you've coached under and that's all you know, that's okay in my book. So
Yep.
I threw him out there. Obviously, Georgia's defense is going to be good. They have a great defense this year, highly ranked. Uh, I would think he's going to get some opportunities. Maybe needs a little more time. He's a little green, but I think that's a name to look out for in the future. And then my last one is Will Stein, who is obviously the offense coordinator at Oregon.
Hot name. Hot
Yes,
name.
there he will be. I think he will be a head coach next year. Just depends on where, and he's going to get an opportunity. So, played quarterback at Louisville. Has had stops at Louisville, Texas. Had a 2-year stint at Lake Travis High School in Texas, and then was at Texas San Antonio the couple years that they were really good, and then has been at Oregon ever since. And so they've had obviously top offenses. He's learned under Jeff Traylor, who was obviously on Arkansas staff at one point, and then obviously Dan Lanning at Oregon. So he will be a coach next year somewhere. Maybe you're always taking a chance on a coordinator. You're really taking a chance on anybody outside of Nick Saban. I don't think there's any one person that could come that's a guarantee to come in here and just
100%. Yep.
change the program.
100%.
So I'm more in the camp of like, if we're gonna take a chance, like give me somebody that does the vibe check, that's gonna relate to kids, it's gonna like just boost the fan base of just getting them excited
Exciting offense, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and just not lackluster on defense, and so, yeah, I think that, I'm not gonna any of these guys on this list, if that's the route we went, I think it's an improvement over what we did last time, so,
Yep. Touche. Well, my list, I just feel like it's very controversial.
okay, bring it.
Um,
I'll have some opinions, I'm sure.
so I know
Oh,
I've
lord.
said that I know I've said that I wanted a young guy, and I do. There's very few people that I'll be like, oh God, I don't want it. Like I'll be
Mhm.
pretty much happy. Any of those guys on your list, I would be fine with. Um, but the more I started thinking about it, I was like, man, it would also be nice to have a proven winner, like
Yeah,
a power forward proven winner.
yeah.
Um, dude, I love Kurt Signetti. I love him. I know he's 65 years old. I know he's 65 years old. But this
Yeah,
dude, all this dude does is win. That's all he does. And at schools that don't win, this
yeah.
dude, I mean, he takes us. So he was under Saban at Alabama. And so he does come from the Saban tree. Uh, but he went to some like Division II school in Pennsylvania and went
Mhm,
53-17. So he goes to Elon, goes 14-9 in 2 years at Elon, goes to James Madison, goes 14-2, 7-1 in COVID, 12-2, 8-3, 11-1 for a record of 52-9 at James Madison. Goes to Indiana, has the perfect vibe test whenever they say, what makes you think you can win here? And he just said, just Google me. Like, talk about passing the vibe check. And then at Indiana, his
Worth a
first year,
Google.
he goes 11-2, goes to the college football playoff with freaking Indiana, one of the worst Power Four jobs in the nation, traditionally.
The
And everybody
the
thought,
the Michael Penix lists Indiana.
yeah,
He had just
and
left.
everybody thought that it was a fluke. Well, right now they're 5-0. They
Yep,
beat the crap out of Illinois by 40 2 weeks ago. Went to
yep,
Iowa and won. It's never easy to win at Iowa.
right.
So he's sitting at 16-2 at Indiana. So I don't know if he'd be interested. I don't know, but I think I would do cartwheels if we hired the old man Signetti to come finish his career in the SEC. Because once again, just a freaking winner. Um, my boy Drink. My boy Drink.
Yeah.
And listen, I have hated Drink more than anybody. Can't stand him. Still can't stand him.
Mm.
But he obviously wins games. He obviously knows how to win in Razorback Stadium.
Yeah,
he
a lot of people have been knowing how to do that.
That's true. Arkansas guy, grew up going to Razorback games, season ticket holder,
Ugh.
still has a lot of family down here. I honestly think he is the definition of you love him if he's yours, and you hate him more than anything humanly possible if he's not. And so I just, I don't know. I could see it, and I could see it working. That's, and I'm in the minority on this. I know I'm in the minority.
Ugh.
I know he's a nerd. I know he's a just pokes a bear and says stuff just to get people fired up. And it took him a couple years to get it rolling, but Lord, he's 5-0 right now, 10-3 last year, 11-2 2 years ago.
Mhm.
I mean, that's you know
No,
20,
they
20, 26-5 his last
yeah.
three
I
years.
mean, yeah, he's doing it there. I
It's a
I
job similar to Arkansas, so it's not like, I mean, it's kind of the same level playing field. Arkansas, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, South Carolina, and so
yeah.
he's done it at kind of one of the mid lower tier jobs, tougher jobs. So I know that's super unpopular, and I'm gonna take a bunch of crap when people see this, but I could just see it working, and I could see I could see the state rallying behind him as much as they hate him because because
he's gonna have to win a lot and fast for me to come around. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. It would yeah. Would you rather have Eli Drinkwitz and win, let's say, 8 games, average 8 games for like 3 straight years? Just take Eli Drinkwitz's record and put it at Arkansas. Would you rather have that,
uh,
or would you rather hire any of these other coaches and never lose to Missouri again? And he's still there. I'm kind of leaning towards that one.
Lord.
I would love to see
Just to beat him.
I mean, I can't stand it.
See, he's in your head. Yeah, he's in your head. See, I'm telling you, he's in your head. And
But
he could get in
it's not
everybody.
the same though as like, I don't know, I can't describe it. It's not the same as like hating Les Miles and LSU, or like hating like Texas. It's like the annoying little brother that ended up getting way bigger than you. And I'm not saying that because
More successful.
my little brother is much bigger than me, but I love you, Zach. But uh yeah, it's like the annoying little brother that
So yeah,
outgrew
no,
you and
yeah,
is more
it's
successful
you.
than you.
You're successful. You're the real estate agent, and it's your little brother who bought your business and is your boss and makes 4 times the money you make. Even just is more successful. That's what it
Yeah.
is. It's
My little brother didn't do that, by the way, but my little brother's doing great. He's a lot bigger than me, and in a lot of ways is a lot more successful than me. But I love you, Zach, and don't love Eli Drinkwitz. So in
yeah.
Missouri.
Anyways, that's my probably my controversial one.
Yeah.
Then we get into the kind of young guys. So I really like John Sumrall a lot.
Okay.
I've watched a couple of his pressers. Like I said, man, he is tough. He's a dog. I definitely wouldn't want to meet him in a back alley. Like he'll beat the hell out of somebody. Um, he's just intense. Uh, my very first or second podcast episode, he was my shout out because the way he called out Northwestern, when they
Yep.
wouldn't change jerseys, and he was like, "You don't come in here and mess with New Orleans." So I think he passes a vibe test. My only concern with John Summerall, and I don't know if this would happen. Do you know who his offensive coordinator is?
I don't.
His offensive coordinator is Joe Craddock, who was offensive coordinator at Arkansas under Chad Morse.
Mhm.
And so that's a very much red flag.
Yep.
I'm sure Joe Craddock has gotten a lot better and has matured, and obviously, they're 4-1 or whatever, so he's doing a decent job. But I don't think Joe would be welcome back to Arkansas.
Right.
So that's a red flag. Rhett Lashley, I mean, that's a common one. I think that's who the boosters want. I think that's who the majority of Arkansans want. Um, the Malzahn offensive guru tree. So I mean, you already went over it a lot. Um, I think it'd be good. I mean, I think he's a favorite. I'd be happy with him. I think that's where the money's going to be. He's going to have to turn down a really nice offer
Yep.
to not be the coach at Arkansas. I think the
Yep.
ball's going to be in his court.
Mhm. I think so too.
Kind of an interesting one that hasn't got a ton of talk. Dan Mullen,
I almost put him on mine.
older guy again, but experienced in the SEC. Coached at Mississippi State. Uh, really, really, really successful at Mississippi State. If you can win at Mississippi State, you can win at Arkansas. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, had Mississippi State
Uh,
ranked number 1.
Number 1 in the country at Mississippi State for a short stint. They went 10-3. That's when it was a 14 playoff, and they finished 5th, I think. They
Mhm.
were just out of the playoff. Man, he just knows how to win. Like, I'm just gonna go down his record at Mississippi State: 9-4, 7-6, 8-5, 10-3, 9-4. He had 6-7, then 8-4. He had one losing record after his first year at Mississippi State. 69-46 overall. Went to Florida, 10-3, 11-2, 8-4, and then he got fired after a 5-6 year at Florida. 34-15 at Florida, and he's got UNLV off to a 4-0 start. So the guy knows
They
how to
would kill
win.
for Dan Mullen right now at Florida.
Yeah, right, right. I mean, he knows how to win games. He knows how to win in the SEC. He knows the footprint, and I've heard that he is trying to break down the door to get this job.
Okay.
And that, I mean, I would assume so. That doesn't surprise me. Him being at UNLV. But I think I think it'd be a great hire. I would I would not be mad at all about Dan Mullen. Bobby P. This is a tough, interesting one. I think I'm somewhat afraid the game has passed him by, the NIL and the transfer portal.
Mhm.
But like we talked about last pod, I won't spend a bunch of time on him. I think he's I think he feels like he has something to prove.
Mhm.
I think he knows how to win here. I think I wouldn't be mad. He's not my first option. He's down the list. Obviously, he's number 6.
Mhm.
But as long as we go through the list of all these candidates and fall back on Bobby, which we'll never know if that's what happened or not. Like you said,
Mhm.
Hunter wants to just give him the job and not have to mess with it.
Right.
But I mean, if it ended up being Bobby, I wouldn't be like, "Well, this is awful. We're screwed. The end of the
Mhm.
world." I mean, I think I think it'd be a beautiful swan song of how all this came back to be after
Mhm.
all that happened 10, 12 years ago. Let me ask you this. Do you think Bobby sabotaged all this the whole time? Do you think this was Bobby's plan the whole time? Like when Sam offered him the job, you think he's like, "Ha ha, boy, this is just I'm gonna be the next head coach at Arkansas, you idiot."
Well, yeah, I mean, I definitely think that there's a lot of people that think that was the plan all along was and I think it might have been the original plan by the administration was bring Bobby in, offensive coordinator. Sam goes if we can get Sam to 8 wins, one year with Bobby as offensive coordinator, Sam rides off into the sunset with a great last season. Bobby takes the wheels and takes it from there. I think that was probably the original plan in a lot of people's minds. In Bobby's mind, though, to answer your question, yes, I think he came back here to be like, "I'm gonna be the head coach here one day." And they talk about it. He came back to the touchdown club in, Little Rock Touchdown Club in, I think, 2019. They
Said
were
all the
playing the
right
clip
things.
when yeah, he apologized for how it ended here, said he felt really bad. He teared up, which you never thought you'd see
Yep.
that guy do, and, said and I can't remember if he said it on camera or if he said it to some of the guys off to the side, but was like, "I'd love the opportunity to come back it one day and make it right." And, probably never in his wildest dreams or anybody's wildest dreams thought that he'd ever actually have the opportunity to do that. And, I heard Rick Schaefer say this morning that it's almost like spiritual that he's back here. Like it could only be a God thing for the way he got fired with cause, and it was literally written in the Arkansas, like, bylaws that we could not hire him back, and they
Mhm.
had to remove that to hire him back as offensive coordinator, and then somehow he's the sitting head coach at the University of Arkansas again. It's just
Crazy.
wild. Like,
It
it's if it
You
could
can't make
somehow
it
be
up.
successful, it would be the best 30 for 30 ever.
Oh, for
But,
sure.
I'll say my biggest fear with Bobby is, 1, he hasn't been a head coach at the P4 level with NIL transfer portal, and my fear would be that because obviously he's going to have to do incredible things just to get this job. I mean, he's got a long road ahead of him just to get the job. But let's say he does that. My fear is we have 2, maybe 3 good years, and then it just kind of falls off. It kind of seems to be his MO everywhere he's been, is that he builds it up and it's great. It's awesome for 2, 3 years, and then it's just like dud. And so, and which it all attests to, can you get the right quarterback here? I mean, he had Mallet at Arkansas, who was, at the college level anyway, incredible talent. And then Lamar Jackson, Heisman Trophy winner, two-time NFL MVP. So, when you don't have those guys, how good are you? And so time
I mean,
time would
yeah.
only tell. That's my biggest fear with
Oh,
him.
that's very valid, and that's my biggest fear also is the NIL portal in general with him. I think he has to have all the money lined up. I think he's got
Yeah.
to prove to Hunter that he's got bukus of money to go buy players, because I just don't think he has the persona, I don't know, just the it factor in today's game. But yeah, let me just go over one more time. Obviously, he gave us the best years of our Razorback football fandom to this point in our life. Going to the Sugar Bowl, obviously, I was there, and it was a heartbreaker. But getting us to the Sugar Bowl, and then the next year having us ranked number 3 in the country, winning the Cotton Bowl. Then all that happens. Then he goes to Western Kentucky. He goes 8-4, 1 year at Western Kentucky. Louisville hires him back, 9-4, 8-5, 9-4, 8-5. Then he had that 2-8 year where he got fired. But still 5 really good years of 8 wins with the
Mhm.
Heisman Trophy winner. And then goes to Missouri State, and for whatever reason, Missouri State, it didn't work. 5-5, 8-4, and 5-6. And so, I mean, yeah, he knows how to win. He's done it here. He's proven it. There's just an aura in the air that makes me think that if that's what it comes to, I'm not going to throw a fit. I'm not going to throw a fit about it.
Yep.
I mean, he's not my first option, but I'm not going to throw a fit because he's proven he can do it here. And
Mhm.
obviously, the landscape's different. It is, but he's proven he can do it here. And then Will Stein, you had him on your list. He's just probably the hottest coordinator name in the country. I don't know if he has
Mhm.
any interest in coming to Arkansas or not, but an SEC job. He's from the Kirby Smart, Dan Lanning tree. Talk about the NIL. Oregon has the best NIL situation in the country, so
Yeah.
he knows how to kind of maneuver that space and all those funds, and he's seen it firsthand. So that's my list. I got a bunch of older guys, more older guys than I thought, but we'll see. The
Yeah.
no, the the no chance in hell slide. Who's on it? Gus Malzahn's on it for me. Ed
Mhm.
Orgeron's on it for me.
Mhm. I'll say Coach O as a head coach. I'll take
Yes,
him
yeah,
I'll take him in
correct,
any capacity other than the head coach. I would love him
correct.
on the staff.
Agreed, agreed,
If he
100%.
would come be a defensive coordinator or even offensive line coach or D line coach, I think he could do any of the above. I would love to
Correct,
have him in that capacity, not as a head
100%.
coach.
Agreed.
Um,
Jimbo Fisher
Jimbo
is
Fish, yes. I was gonna say
on the
Jimbo, and there's been all kinds of crazy leaks and rumors and crazy stuff, but there's a big one going around about how Hunter loves Jimbo and has been talking to
I
and
saw
has
that
been talking to
message
Jimbo,
board.
but, you know, I don't know if there's any truth to that, but yeah, he's 100% on my no list.
That's the only 3 off the top of my head I can think of.
I mean, there's a couple on your list that I might put on my no list, but, I mean, Eli he'd have to win a lot of games to win me over, and then, I mean, Bobby's gonna have to do some really good things. Not that I don't like Bobby. I like Bobby Petrino a lot, and I think he's changed his demeanor a lot since he was here the first time, and I think he is uh repentant of what happened when he was here and all that stuff. But I just I don't have the faith to give him the
Yeah,
key. Now, we could come out and win 4 or 5 games and you can change my tune pretty quick, but and they said all the right things at the press conference, so I'm not trying to poop on it, but yeah, I think you need to
no, that's
kinda do
fair.
a fresh
I
start.
Yeah, no, I 100% get it. Like I said, he's way down the list for me. But
And
my deal
mine
is,
was not in order either. Mine was just kinda throwing
yeah,
out names. So,
there's just very few coaches that I'd be like, oh, this is terrible.
yeah.
I mean, and this we talked about this last pod. It is rumor season, and so we will be every pod. We will have new information or
Yep.
rumors or
Yep.
content to talk about. So we'll just kind of go what off we're hearing and seeing and reading, and we
Yep.
got. If y'all only knew how many little birdies we got inside the facility at the U of A giving us all this information.
Oh, man. We've got you're gonna set up at Drake Field. I'm gonna set up at Louis or Thaden Field, whatever, over here in Bentonville. I'll follow the Walton Plains. You follow the
I got the Tyson and
Tyson Plains.
Lindsay's, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So we're on top of it. We're on top of things here. We're following planes.
that's right. The Never Yield Pod will be the first to. We will be having. I don't know when, but we will be having. There will be some breaking news where we will have special pods. So
Yep.
just be ready. And
Yep.
if we can get to the 100 subscribers on YouTube, we could go live immediately, quick on the
Yep.
spot. So keep pushing that. Tell a friend, and get us to 100.
Yes.
Okay, let's fly through these best bets. We're already going quite a bit long. Um, week 6, best bets and locks. I'll go first. I'm going Colorado State, San Diego State, and Texas, Florida, both under 41.
Okay.
So it's almost like a little deal. Like, hey, if they're putting the number that low, you just always take the under. You can't put it low enough. They could have put the total at 36 and I would have went
Mm-hmm.
under. So that's just like a little betting thing
Okay.
is if the number's super low, don't be like, oh, well, surely they can get that. No, it's low for a reason. These offenses suck. Or if it's super high, if it's like 85, bet the over. Like
Mm-hmm.
you just always bet the under or over the super low, super highs.
Okay.
Texas State minus 13. Uh, G. I always struggle with his name. GJ Kinney.
Yeah. GJ
Um,
Kinney.
GJ Kinney. Minus 13. They're playing Arkansas State. I think the Red Wolves are in trouble, and old Bush Jones he may not be too far behind Sam. So
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm taking the Bobcats and GJ. TCU minus 13.5. I just like TCU. I think they're good. I like Kendall Browse. Kendall Browse is on my list. That's kind of a controversial name.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't mind Kendall Browse getting a chance to be the head coach at Arkansas. But I got the Horned Frogs minus 13.5. And then,
I think he needs one stop before Arkansas.
yeah,
Like, let
he
him
needs
go to
that mid major,
yeah,
that group of five.
let Kendall Browse will probably get an opportunity at one of these schools that, a USF, a Tulane, a Memphis, if
Yeah,
these guys get a higher opportunity, let Kendall go there and prove it to me for 2, 3 years.
yeah, yeah. And then I'm going Minnesota, Ohio State under 44.5. Minnesota struggles to score, and then Ohio State's defense is unbelievable. Maybe the best we've seen in a couple years in college football. So I'm riding the under trains for my locks this week.
All right. You're trying to catch me on these locks, but I'm gonna have a good week this week. I'm gonna keep my lead. So my first one, Iowa State is getting 1.5 points at Cincinnati. I've liked what Matt Campbell's doing, other than their game at Arkansas State, which clearly was a fluke. But they were able to pull it out, and so give me Iowa State and the points at Cincinnati. Appalachian State, the Fighting Dowell Loggins are laying 1.5 against Oregon State. First of all, it's a long trip for Oregon State to make across the country. They're 0-4. I'm pretty sure they don't even have a conference, much less anything to play
Yeah.
for. So,
And
so I'm
Dow wants
gonna.
his job bad. Dow
That's
wants
right.
his job super
Yes.
bad. So he's gonna try to he just got a fire that under his butt to try
Yeah.
to get this job.
Yes. Yes. So, and he's another name that I'm like, I think is one coaching search away. Kind of like Kendall Briles. I want him to prove it to me. I want Dow. I know Dow's been at the NFL level and the college level, but yeah, give me like 3 years at Appalachian State of good winning football, and then come on. Uh, so Appalachian State and the points against Oregon State. UNLV is laying 3.5 at Wyoming. Your guy Dan Mullen, I trust his offense, and I think, to your point, I think a lot of these guys are going to start coaching for some of these jobs that they're wanting. So, anything they can do to prove a point or make a point, you know, I think I think they
Because
will.
eyes
And
are on him.
so,
Eyes are on him.
yeah,
Hunter's gonna be watching. Chancellor's gonna be watching. Board of members are gonna be watching all these guys' games now. So, and they know that.
yeah, yeah. So give me UNLV and the points at Wyoming. What's my next one? Miami is laying 4.5 at Florida State. I'm taking this one, although I've kind of had a change
I
of
like
thought
it.
that
I
that I
like it.
might give me give me Miami to uh cover the 4.5, but Florida State wins by a
Like
field
a
goal.
last second touchdown
Yeah,
or something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Mississippi State is getting 14.5 at A&M. It's a tough place to play. I haven't checked to see what time that kickoff is. If it's a night game, I may regret this, but if it's a day game, I like Mississippi State to cover, not to win, but to cover 14.5. They look good against
That's
Tennessee.
a key number.
Tennessee
Yeah.
Tennessee might have the best offense in the country, or at least in the SEC. So good luck Arkansas next week. But
Yeah.
I got Mississippi State covering the 14.5
Yeah, it's a good
at
number because
A&M.
they can lose by 2 touchdowns and you still win
Yep.
that bet. So
Yep.
it's a good number. All right, to our college game day style picks, straight
We had
up
a lot of
pick'ems.
had a lot of different picks, the most different picks last week, and it stayed the same trajectory. I
Yeah,
won some, you won some, and we stayed 2 games apart still. So you got me by 2 games on the straight up pick'ems. So, and this week is
it's
not
not
much
a great
different.
week. It's not a
Yeah,
great week of games.
yeah, we were actually the same. And when you picked, so I was like, I got to pick at least one different. So when you sent
Yeah,
me your picks, I switched mine to Florida State over Miami. But so we'll just fly through these just because we are mostly the same. There's not very much difference. We both have Notre Dame over Boise. Boise going to Notre Dame after Notre Dame feeling good after blowing
yeah,
the brakes
buddy.
off of us. They're laying 20.5 at home. We both have Notre Dame. Number 24, who I didn't know, Virginia, is ranked and undefeated. Are they undefeated? I have one loss. I can't remember. I think they're undefeated.
Yeah,
Going to Louisville. Louisville favored by
let
six and a
down,
half, though.
let down
Yeah.
spot after that big win over Florida State. Man, you're gonna
Yeah.
come out flat. Speaking of, was that the best field storm you've ever seen in your life in the history
I I
of
missed
field
it.
storms?
I missed it.
Oh
I
my
didn't see it.
god! Holy.
I'll have to go check it out.
Yeah, go through the I'm gonna pull it up. Go through these.
Okay. Minnesota and Drake Lindsay, who I might predict transfers to Arkansas under the next coach, but he's a starting quarterback at Minnesota. They got a big win last week. They're heading to the Horseshoe to take on number 1 Ohio State. Ohio State, 23.5-point favorite. We both have Ohio State. Number 3, Miami, going to 18, Florida State. This is our only difference. You've got Miami. I had Miami. I switched it last second to Florida State. I may regret it, but we'll see. Number 11, Texas Tech, as previously mentioned, is going to Houston. Texas Tech is laying 10.5 on the road. We both took Texas Tech. Mississippi State, who looks much improved again, goes to number 6, Texas A&M. A&M 14.5-point favorite. We both took A&M. The game I really wanted to pick, I debated over this one for a long time, maybe longer
Me
than
too.
any pick that we've done all year. But 16 Vanderbilt going to number 10 Alabama. College game day is going to be there. Bama laying 10.5 at home. We both
If
took
they
Bama.
hadn't beat them last year,
Yeah,
I would have taken Vanderbilt. That's the
yeah.
only reason I'm with Bama because of what happened last year. It's
I
the only reason.
want to take Vanderbilt, and I want to almost, even though the graphics already made, I almost want to change it now. But we both
I'll
took
give you.
Bama.
I'll give you. If you want to change it, just say it and you can have it.
I'll keep Bama, but
Uh,
I closer than the experts think. It's inside 10.5. Vandy covers. And then just for fun, I put the bye week versus Arkansas.
I took the Hogs.
I see that.
It's
You took the Hogs.
it,
The bye week's laying 2.5 at Arkansas.
it's already been an electric bye week. I mean, what more do you want out of a bye week? I think it's
It
been a
has.
huge win.
It has. We lost 3. We may not have a defensive coach though, so there's that.
Overrated.
Yeah, I took the bye week, but we'll see. We'll see if we come out looking good against Tennessee. We'll see. We'll see. But that was a joke. But
All right, I'm gonna pull up this field
okay.
storm, and
Yeah, let me see it.
I want you to see.
Oh man,
Dude, how about that?
that's insane.
Just it's like,
Is that receiver alive for Florida State?
dude,
It looks like he got
yeah,
trampled.
that's what I was gonna say. There's like 3 of them right here, and those the receiver, dude,
You don't see him again.
that's the
I haven't
best
seen him
field
get up
storm I've
yet.
ever seen. The best field storm I've ever seen in my life.
Wow, that is great. What helps when
So
you
yeah,
can somehow already be on the field. Oh, they
yeah,
just have
they're
like
already on the field.
they
It's
just
like a
have like
hill.
a grass hill.
Yeah. So,
The
anyways,
Missouri of
that's
the
why I think
ACC.
they're about to get beat.
Yeah,
Firm believer.
yeah.
Louisville will take it.
Dude, that was wild. I had
Yeah,
not
dude,
seen that.
it's intense. It's intense. Um, all right, that is the pod. You've officially have the hot board. Is that what we call it? The coach's hot board.
I think that's what they call it in the biz.
Yeah, we need to get a. I need to put like a big white piece of paper up on the wall right here,
Mhm.
and we can like an FBI investigation. We can have their
Yes. Oh,
faces
yeah.
and
No, that'd be good.
lines, and
That'd be good.
so we need to do something like that. Uh,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is going to play out over like 2 months, so it's not going to happen
Yes.
quick.
Yeah. And a lot of these names, it'll probably determine if they can keep winning or not too. Some of these smaller school guys, if they lose 2 or 3 games between now and November, then they
For
may
sure.
cross themselves off the list. So
For sure. Anyways, we appreciate everybody listening to the pod.
yes.
Give us a follow, a subscribe on YouTube. We're trying to get to that 100. We're gonna have to come up with a prize, like a gift for the 100th
Yeah.
subscriber and the person who refers them or something. So
Yeah.
we're about 30 away. So let's get us to that 100. Like us, like I said, you catch us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Pod, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Tell a friend. This is going to be an exciting next 7, 8 weeks. So
Yeah.
make sure you're got your notifications on every time a pod drops every Tuesday and Friday morning. Get your notifications on, follow us, and hopefully you don't miss a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. All the things that you don't care about, but we do. So we'd love to be able to everything that the that our friends and family and fans can do to help us out. We want to use that to help make this continue to be better. So that's what we want to do. Want to get better
That's right.
every time. So
And leave a comment. Leave a comment. We
yeah,
always
tons of
we
things
like
you can
to
do to help for free.
yeah, we like to read our comments live on air
Hmm.
when there's questions or whatnot. So leave us a comment. Anyways, hopefully we everybody has a good weekend watching football,
Yeah.
watching playoff baseball, and Andrew, take us home, man.
All right. Stay classy, never yield, and have a good bye week, Hogs.